So now I want to know what excites you. What would you tell that young person coming into our industry? So sit them down, what is it that's exciting? For me, what's exciting is we've got the ability to actually measure and see what's happening within your flock. We've got stuff happening beyond the farm gate. We've got a supply chain that's maturing quickly now, because whether you like it or not, the consumer is coming closer to us. And people say to us a lot, we want people to know where their food comes from. My challenge to you is if we show them where their food comes from, will they want to eat it? So we've got to be prepared for this. We're already seeing Lilydale Chicken have packs of meat where you can scan the barcode on it and it will show you the farm that the chickens come from. And we know that one of the major retailers has already designed packaging for that in their red meat sector. So if we think that we can put our head in the sand and just keep producing things the way we have, we're seriously wrong. We need to look at what the opportunities are, and they're not challenges, they're opportunities. Massive opportunities. We've got great prices, and I'm saying potentially they're unsustainable. Maybe we just need to gear up so that we can actually maintain them. Maybe we need to do everything we can to hold our market share. We've got more than 50% of our product in the lamb industry now being exported. If we get a compromise to those exports, our prices are in trouble. But if we can maintain our market access, maintain that level of quality of our produce, and hold those prices where they are, then there is money to be made. All of this though, we can talk about this and I can show you all the readers, all the tags, all the things you can collect. It's not the tools. I said before, the tag does not make you a cent. It's you. It's always you. You're the one who makes the decisions, and decisions are what makes money. We use this all the time. Whatever we do well today, we can do better tomorrow. Doesn't matter how good you are at what you do. Doesn't matter how good your system is currently or how good you think it is right now. We want you to think about what could it be? And are we pushing hard enough to get that level of production that we can? Thanks very much.
Okay, thanks everybody for your attention. Today we've got an opportunity now to, if anybody's got any questions, so everybody that's been involved in the presentation so far, and to be able to answer any of your questions. So if anybody's...
While you're thinking of a question, Marnie, can you just give us a quick introduction as to what your role is?
Yeah, my name's Marnie Dortmans. I'm based in Ballarat, but have a Victorian-wide role. I'm part of a team that manages the NLS database and traceability as a whole. My main role is to ensure that the data on the database is correct and just protecting the integrity of that data. So I provide support and extension, so it's not just a regulatory role. I'm here to support farmers, to help them out, to explain the systems, how to complete their regulatory requirements. And then when it gets to that point where it is, I also have to regulate the system to ensure the data is correct so that people are doing what they're required to do. And that covers producers, sale yards, feedlots, exporters, abattoirs, the whole sector. Thanks so much.
Yeah, great, thank you. Yep, Jack.
With now coming on board with this NLS, is there going to be workshops or training days where we can actually be involved in cleaning up our own database? Or how to clean up our own database?
Yeah, so there are plans on having field days coming up, but closer to the date's 31st of March that people have to start doing property movement. So there'll be field days closer to that date that will be based around NLIS and how to do transfers, how to clean up and manage a database account. But if you want to come directly to me, I get phone calls weekly for people who want to try and tidy up their database. It's mostly to do with cattle at the moment, but sheep will soon come on board as well.
And you'll find, like with ours, we run a beef group at Colac. We run a couple of sessions for the beef group on that same sort of thing as well. You'll find that they do pop up outside of just what the department rolls out. You'll find those sorts of things pop up around the place anyway.
And being a buyer of a private sale, is the buyer obligated to do the scanning or?
Correct, yeah, so it's a receiver. Yep.
So you have to do yourself or get a contractor or?
Yep. But and even if your agent tells you that they're going to do the scanning, just ensure that they do, because I deal with property-to-property movements in cattle, and most of the time I ring them up or send them a letter, they ring me up and say, my agent said they were going to do it. The agent never does, but unfortunately the legislation requires a receiver who is a producer, so the agent actually gets out of it that way. So just double check those transfers are being done.
So every animal has to be scanned in that sale process?
Correct. So yeah, so property to property, you're receiving those animals.
So just on that, because it's an interesting one for me, is that it's reasonably rare for a property to property sale to happen without an agent involved. But if there is, it is as simple as, so a lot of those apps that I showed you up there earlier, a lot of the apps are designed to actually do that process for you. So all you need to do is link a reader to the app on your phone, read those sheet, and you can complete the transfer on your phone, straight into the database. So that's in the rare occasion where there's not someone else, a third party, involved in it.
Just on Nathan's with a third party, Auctions Plus is not a third party, so you will be responsible for the transfer. So
It is written on their website as well. Yeah.
Anybody else? Yep.
Applying for an NLS account, I understand that the process is, have you got any info on
Yeah.
how to do that?
I haven't got it here. I can step you through it. I've got a tablet here, so I can step you through it. Otherwise, I can mail you out. They've got a tech tip, the database on how to do it, and you can just go online and you just tick the boxes on what kind of account you want, which will be a producer unless you're running a feedlot or something else. So, yeah, I'm happy to step anyone through who's interested this afternoon or even closer to March.
Because you can't do a transfer unless you've got an account.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
Any other questions? Yep.
What's the end date? Like, we've got all this stuff that's still got the old tag, and some people are running, 12-year-old use. Like, how do you manage your data and manage the transfer to sale, etc. when you've still got all this other unknown?
Yeah, so it's up to you. So it's up to you on how you want to manage your database and whether you want to remove those old tags off the system. And just remember that the tags that are sitting there they're registered when they're actually purchased. So it's not when they're put in an animal's ear. So you might have some old tags from years ago and it's come around back to that colour and you want to reuse them, or just depending on how you want to manage that. If you've got a lot of movements on and off your pick, it's definitely an advantage to manage your movements on and off and try and keep the system. I'm dealing with a lot of cattle producers at the moment who have let it go astray, and now that they're trying to do a reconciliation of what they have on their property, it is a huge job. So if I can recommend anything, if you are interested in that side of it and you do want to try and keep on track, start early rather than trying to catch up 5-10 years down the track. I know the cattle system, they're now archiving anything over 15 years, I think it is, so they might have the same similar system that they'll do with sheep, and just because it's archived, they can still pop up in the system, but it's just removing those animals to inactive.
Any other questions? Okay, so thanks everybody again for your time today. What we'll do now is we'll all move outside together. So if you're interested in having a look at the setup here, which is very impressive, take my word for it. If everybody could actually move out through the back doors so that you go over the mats for us, and we'll make our way as a group down to the yards, and David and Christian will take us through the setup that they've got here, and then the rest of the day is yours. All the reps are still going to be here, Nathan and I are still going to be here, and of course these guys to answer your questions in terms of anything to do with the legislative side of things, or of course mainly the database management. So thanks everybody for your patience and for your engagement today, and feel free to move outside when you're ready.
Please make sure you use the mat, given that part of the day is talking about biosecurity. We do want you to make sure your soles of your boots get wet, and then before you leave, do the same thing. It's just a simple thing for us all to be doing, going from one farm to the next. So please do it. Thanks.
just last final